we have reached the part of the podcast where we're going to be talking UFC, and who better to come on than Wade from Wade's Bets. Wade, see you rocking your Vikings gear, man. How you doing today?
Yeah, man, getting ready. Doing all right, man. Can't complain. Been a long day. Been outside all day, but yeah, glad to be here with you. How you doing?
You know what? I am just going through the week through hell, but you know what? Just grinding, man. Just fucking
Very
grinding.
nice.
We're here to talk some UFC. And it is UFC Fight Night. Interesting card. Only 10 fights on this card because a lot of canceled fights. This is kind of becoming a thing. A lot of canceled fights, a lot of last minute fights. With this deal with the ESPN, it's kind of the lay of the land now. It's kind of going to be like how we're going to see everything, I kind of feel, unfortunately. We each have 3 bets. For those watching for the first time, Wade kicks us off. Wade, first bet, my friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Yusuf Salah for. I'm gonna take him by decision. Actually, if you guys didn't know, Zalal he actually had a previous stint with the UFC. I'm not sure if I can't remember if they just didn't renew his contract or they just kind of let him go. I guess it's all the same thing. He kind of had a mediocre first time around. He had 6 straight decisions, I believe, and then a draw. He won his first 3, then lost his last 3, but then he came back this last March and he beat Billy Quarantino by submission. So I do think he has a leg up here. He looks a little bit better than last time around. I think he's going to win this by decision, even though he won the last one by submission. He's very dangerous to get the submission. But Zalal likes to keep the fight at distance, getting points from striking afar, attempting takedowns at the right time. So I do think, and he also has solid takedown defense. So I think he'll be able to at least get it to the ground if he needs to. He'll probably keep it a distance and do this kind of point fighting, boring stuff. So I do believe this is going to go to a decision. And his opponent has never been submitted in, I believe, 10 straight fights now. So I think that's a good run to avoid any submissions or any danger here. So
I like it. My first bet going to Diaz plus 180. Look, I know that Williams is an elite level wrestler, and Diaz struggled against Lane. Williams better grappler than Lane. But we need to remember when Williams gets it to the ground, he doesn't do work. He just kind of lays on top of you. He doesn't look to ground and pound. He just grapples. He doesn't really look for submissions, doesn't really look to take advantage. And I really feel that because Diaz is an elite level kickboxer, he's going to look to go after Williams's legs, making it harder and harder and harder to shoot. And the later it goes in the round, Williams is going to tire out. We saw this against Lane. Diaz was dominated. When Lane started getting tired, Diaz was able to catch him. Look, if you want to take Diaz here at knockout, I've seen 3-1 in the market. I wouldn't mind you can do that as well. But I'm just going to take Diaz here plus the 180. I think he's going to be able to grind himself to a victory just because I don't trust Williams' cardio over 15 minutes of a fight.
Okay. It's a tough one. That's a very tough fight, man. You're always sticking your nose out there.
Shoot, man.
I know.
Next one. Where are we going, my man?
Yeah, man. I'm really liking Danny Barlow this weekend. He's actually 8-0 in his career, so he hasn't lost yet. He has 4 straight wins by knockout, 2-0 in the UFC. But he's got a newcomer in Nikolai Baratynikov. Not sure if that's right or not. But this should be a striking match. And Barlow lands over 8 significant strikes per minute while absorbing around 3. Nikolai puts out less volume, right around 3.5 per minute, while absorbing just around 3.5 as well. So I think, Barlow is very calculated. He doesn't rush his shots. He likes to pick his spots and wait for you to make a bad decision. And Nikolai can put himself in some risky decisions sometimes. He probably will drag this into a dogfight because he kind of has that in him. So this will be tough. Barlow's going to have to avoid the KO, but I do believe he can actually probably find the KO here. I just don't think Nikolai's that good yet. He's a good up and comer, but I think Barlow's going to take this one. So I'm going to take the double chance. I'm not going to fully risk the knockout. I'm going to take Danny Barlow by knockout or decision win, and then I'm going to pair that as a 2-leg parlay.
Mm-hmm.
With Gregorio. I do believe that he's coming off of a decision loss. Before that, he was on a 5-fight knockout streak. We have a clash of styles here, and Kazuma. I mean, he's a grappler. He has good BJJ, and he's not afraid to strike either. But I just do believe that they're probably going to get this to the ground. I think Gregorio is a better grappler. And Gregorio has really lethal leg kicks, so I do believe he'll probably use those leg kicks to both damage his opponent and get this at least keep it a distance. And he'll probably do quite a bit of damage in this fight. So I'm going to take those two fighters together as a parlay for -121.
I like it. I like it. My next one, and look, I know she missed weight, but I'm taking Chandler plus 125. Santos has not won a fight since 2021, and she's the favorite. She has not won a fight since 2021, and she's the favorite.
It's tough.
Now, I was talking to my buddy who's a wrestling coach, and he used the term weight bully.
Yeah.
And Chandler, when she fights as a weight bully, she uses her weight, gets you to the ground, and she's just trying to like Williams, just kind of grinds you. Doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? But she uses her weight to gain control, get it to the ground.
Yep.
Now, this fight's still happening. She's going to have more than 24 hours to get energized, eat food, get back, and she's going to be bigger. And Santos is going to be smaller. This helps Chandler. We saw that. I forget. It was back in June. This is kind of the same scenario where you had a weight bully. I forget who it was. We were making fun of his name too. You know what I'm talking about?
To me. Yeah, it'll come to me.
And I think it's going to be the same thing. I think Chandler's just going to use her weight, gets us to the ground, grind out a decision. And then you have Santos. Now, look, if you want to call another fighter unprofessional for not making weight, I get that. I understand that. But when you call another fighter fat, I think that's going to give the other fighter a little motivation. You know what I mean? Like, I take that as a personal stab, personal attack. I think that she's just going to bully this on the ground, and Santos isn't going to be able to do anything. And she hasn't won a fight since 2021. Now, look, I looked on her Instagram. That's what I do with female fighters. She does have a very nice Instagram post. Props to you, but this is fighting. You haven't won a fight since 2021. Give me Chandler plus 125.
Now, how do you think the fight's going to finish? Do you think it's going to go to a decision, or you think Chandler's going to?
I think Chandler's going to win 30-27 because I don't think Santos is going to be able to get the fight up. I think it's going to be a majority decision.
I'd say I think this is a great leadway into my next bet.
Lay it on me, big dog.
Yeah, it's going to be another 2-leg parlay here. I got this on Bet365 for -118. I'm going to take Sergey Spivak. I actually like him quite a bit in this match. Tibera is obviously dangerous, but I just believe he'll get it done here. He's a younger fighter. His last loss was to Cyril Gane, which is obviously is no shame. He finished the previous 3 fights, I believe, was a submission and 2 knockouts. And I do believe Tibera is probably going to try to wrestle here, but I think Spivak, either on the ground or on the feet here, is a little bit more dangerous. I'm not sure if there's going to be a knockout here, but he might be able to do enough damage on Tibera to get him out of there. Really not much to say about that. I really do like him there. And then I'm going to parlay that with Santos and Chandler to go over 1.5 rounds. Kind of like you said, Chandler's the bully here, so if she can get this thing on the ground, I think they'll just roll around and play around there. I don't know if Santos
roll around and play around there.
she'll probably they'll try to do a couple taps, and then they'll try to
Roll
probably.
around and play
I
around.
don't see really any damaging submission attempts from either one here. Yeah, it's kind of just what I play. I kind of say that's what it is. They're just. I don't know if Santos is gonna have the get up to be able to get up if she gets on the ground and gets on top of her, kind of like you said. Once Williams gets on somebody, he kind of lays on them. I think here that could probably happen, and that'll just drain us enough to put us in another round. Either way, I think they're probably going to hit each other. If they do stay on the feet, I don't see any real knockout threats either for either one, at least early on. Most girl fights go the decision anyway, so I feel like it's a pretty safe leg to go over 1.5 rounds. But yeah, man, they're just gonna probably get on the ground in that round one if Chandler can get her there, and at least against the cage, and they'll just kind of roll around and play around.
Just roll around, play around, and then that's it.
Zero damage.
Zero damage. Like two kids playing in the sandbox.
Yeah, just tapping each other. I don't really.
My last one, and look, I wish I had this in-depth analysis for this, but I don't. Luciano, Alan Carr, majority or split decision, plus 310.
Touche.
Straw weights go to decision 67% of the time in the UFC.
Yeah.
And you have two fighters that fought to a draw. You have Alikar, who's going to look to grapple, Lucenio, who's going to look to box. That's just the way it is. And with how this fight went last time, this has split decision written all over it. I'm getting 3-1 on this. Are you kidding me? I wish I had some in-depth statistical flow, but I don't. Split decision or majority decision, plus 300. Lay it on me.
I was debating giving this one out to my subscribers. I haven't taken it yet, man. So
Do it.
yeah, I like this as well. I absolutely think this is probably going to be what happens. I can't believe they're giving this price, to be honest with you, but I feel like a lot of these are. Every time I look at these, they're at least high plus 200s, plus 300. I don't see either one finishing each other, so this is going to be tough, man.
Dude, hop it on. Hop it on. Tell your subscribers it's an Uncle Rico special. All right. Wade, I'd like to thank you for coming on, talking some UFC. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend?
Yeah, you guys can just come check me out at Wade's Bets on X. I'm on the other social medias as well. I just don't use it as much right now. So if you guys want to come join the Discord, it's free. If you want to come join Premium and check me out, it's 7 free days and then $15 a month. It's not that expensive. So pretty profitable NBA this year, getting geared up for NFL, and we got some UFC and golf as well. So always giving away free article plays as well during the week. So come check me out at Wade's Bets on X. Thanks, man.
Make sure to give my boy Wade a follow, and we'll be back next week. Talk to you then, my man.
See you, man.